Hey guys, welcome back to the Roman Roads YouTube channel. I'm Roman.
This is Rodez.
And this is a Roads Trip. And I'm here for a road trip I'm not usually.
Thursday. Because it's been kind of a crazy day. And we're still coming off of our spicy noodle challenge. How about this? Can you guess who ate the most spicy noodles? What flavor ice cream do you get?
Check out the video. Dulce de leche.
Dulce de leche?
Dulce de leche.
That's Spanish for...
Candy of milk.
Really?
Caramel. It's caramel.
Dulce is candy?
Mm-hmm.
A quick shout out to my mom from the earlier video of the spicy noodle challenge. Thank you for the donation of the curry powder.
Dude, I think we saw your mom at H-E-B at the grocery store when we were picking the stuff up to make the noodles.
She lied to me.
So what are we talking about today in this road trip episode?
We shall talk about, in passing, because may go a little more in depth, but I'm not sure just because it's a pretty morbid subject. Name of the city, I forget. Dog eating festival in China. Dog meat festival. Have you heard of this?
We talk about it in your road trip videos?
I think we've touched on it before. Actually, I know we did.
Oh yeah, in the old podcast.
I'm talking about how like fear affects the flavor of animals or something.
So tell us, what do you know about this festival? What's going on?
Now, not just in China, but other parts of the world, a dog is considered a perfectly edible animal. Which, I mean, it is. You can eat a dog.
You mean it's clean? It doesn't have any chance like for bacteria or like...
Oh, it definitely does. Of course it does. Everything does. When you think about it, you wouldn't eat raw chicken. Why is that? I mean, it's meat. You cook it, it gets good flavors.
It's
the
a
main
perfectly
form,
edible animal.
we consider it a pet of higher intelligence, emotional
It's
value.
man's best friend.
Apparently, man's best meal, because this festival.
Sorry for all the dog lovers out there.
They value. Oh, there's dog lovers there too. Different way though. Now, I believe some people say dog meat has special curative properties. I've heard some people say it helps them lose weight or keep weight off. But it's also just more of a seasonal thing in this area, I'm guessing. Where a bunch of people, there's like a home market open. They have live dogs, butcher them in front of you. Then you can cook the meat, or they'll cook the meat for you. And it's just like how a lot of people, you can have tamales year round, but you're almost certainly going to have them around Christmas. Same thing with turkey. Turkey is the best example. Yeah,
Seasonal.
it is seasonal, but it's like available year round. You can have turkey all year round, but you know you're going to have some towards the end of the year.
The special, with the whole spread and everything.
Exactly. Same with this dog eating festival. But one of the main complaints, they will begin preparation of the meal while the dog's still alive.
What?
Skinning it alive, burning the fur off live, even sometimes just boiling it alive. They keep the head out so that it stays alive because they believe that the pain or something about it gives it extra flavor. Now,
I know what we've talked about before, like with cows and deer, it's the opposite. We don't want them to be scared when they die because it affects the meat.
Now, what is the exact effect? It makes it taste astringent or something?
It's it's a hormone that releases when the animal is frightened. That basically doesn't spoil the meat, but it adds a distinct taste to the meat. So
maybe that's why some animals do ambush attacks, because if they scare them, it tastes funny to them. Maybe it's a defense mechanism.
But that's why there's like more humane ways of. That's the whole thing about humanely killing cattle, deer, other animals that we eat.
One thing would be to not kill them.
Yeah.
And I feel like if we're just killing them for the flavor, that takes some of the humanity out of it. Well, now here's the thing. To us, that tastes bad. But perhaps to them, and apparently so, that adds a pleasurable taste. The same way some people like the flavor, the bitter flavor of certain things, like beer, vinegar, and mushrooms. Now, I am a liker of bitter flavors. I'll drink tonic water. I'll drink seltzer water, mineral water. I like vinegar chips. So, Would I like an animal flavored in fear? I don't know. If nothing else,
It's morbid, man.
it is morbid, and I wouldn't try it. But it just makes you wonder, like, what you think would taste good.
So in China, where the specifically region where this takes place, I mean,
And it is very regional because there are a bunch of people. I'd say the majority of Chinese people disapprove of this festival.
okay,
They keep animals as dogs as pets. They love them. They treat them like Westerners do, and they value them the same way. Some people have even been known to buy out certain vendors so they could release the dogs. And in fact, it's gotten to the point where vendors have, for some reason, stopped selling them unless they know you're going to eat the dog, which seems like that almost seems extra cool. It's like the point is you're selling your meat, your product. What do you care if they're releasing it?
so I mean that's what I was going to ask. For the most part, there is a view of their animals. They should be given care. They shouldn't be tortured or anything. But in this region, just because of the
Cool.
it's a food factor, they can eat it. They have no. But I mean, it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't make sense. I mean, it's the same with the ortolan bird that we covered in another medley where they drown them.
What about even that goose? The liver.
Foie gras. But they're... I would say it's a little different because they are overfed, but it's not
To the point
to
of
kill
death?
them. Yeah, it's not the point of death. They just fatten them up, and then they slaughter them humanely to get the meat and to get the liver.
That's a perfect example because we, let's say more, view it as fine because you say they don't have nerves in their necks, so they can't feel the tube.
It's not like they don't have gag reflex because they breathe through a slit in their tongue or something.
I'm gonna say just because you have a gag reflex doesn't mean you're gonna want something shoved down your throat. So my point would be, you view it as humane. I view it as moderately cruel. My tongue's numb from the frosty ice cream.
But because there's the thing, I mean, it's not like I'm eating foie gras every day.
Well, that'd be unhealthy.
I've only had it every once in a while, and it's not something I really seek out. I mean, the stuff that I do eat on a regular basis, like
I'm not
beef,
judging you
like
for
pork.
it.
No, but I think that's.
What kind of that?
But I mean, I'm not much of an animal person. I've had a couple of pets, but like I'm not a pet person. I'm not one to have like a dog and really bond with animals.
Yeah.
I like animals. I treat them with respect. But I mean, I know there's people, especially coworkers of mine, who they have pets that they treat as their own child.
Mm.
I understand that.
I know my point.
But even in my
Certain
point of
people
view,
would view that as beyond inhumane.
what? Keeping a pet
The
as a
frog
child?
no, oh, that too, yeah.
Oh,
The frog roasting an animal. Now, personally, I do view it as cruel. Veal. Perfect. I think that is cruel. I would eat veal. I would search it out. I've never tried veal. Same thing with the frog roast. I've actually looked for a restaurant that would sell it. And there's quite a few in San Antonio. Apparently, we got an upcoming little food scene.
really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. People are trying to stop it. Worldwide, people are talking about boycotting. They're really trying to embarrass the Chinese. And people in China, like I said, they're the ones who are buying these dogs to try and free them.
Okay.
Hmm.
So
They go with cameras. They attack the people. They care about this a lot. It's very regional. It's this town. Not all parts of China. And the thing is, too, is there are other parts of China that do eat dogs, but they don't do it like that. They treat them like a goat, They give it they enjoy the goat. That has a good time. It's a fun animal. But when it's time to eat, it's time to eat it.
Yes.
And they humanely,
Yes.
as we were saying, they humanely murder the animal. So yes,
So are there
a big
no
push
laws against this in China?
Now here's the thing: it is a bit of a regional thing, the same way it is here in America, how you treat animals. So there actually is talk of their city possibly banning it.
Okay.
But they're worried that this will just push it underground, that it won't be... It is already sort of tucked away as it is. There's a lot of corruption, and the thing is, China already has a pretty big endangered animal eating industry, for medicinal purposes, but also just food. People like the flavor of certain animals. So it might not go away, but hopefully it'll drive it farther underground, make it more shameful, and this is one of the times where, hopefully criminalizing it will stop it. If nothing else, certainly drop down the numbers.
So I mean, I think that people are thinking the best way to fight this is to just kind of slow it down until it's like...
Well, keep bringing attention to it. Like, this helps. Look it up, guys. Find online petitions. Be like, no, don't do this. I don't like it. You stop. You stop, you bad person. What do you think? Should we...
I think
that doesn't seem to be the only thing right now. It is horrible and it's bad, and people are trying to stop it.
You know, being... I love to eat meat. You know, I love hamburgers and stuff, and I know, I mean, there has to be a... I would never... I can't imagine someone trying to eat a dog, even though I understand that it could be a good source of food.
Yeah.
But I don't know where we get this idea from, that certain animals are good to eat and certain animals aren't. But, I mean, this whole thing, it just seems cruel and...
Yeah, seems to be very much an exception that we all can sort of jump around and be like, I don't like you. Stop it. You know? Yeah. Like, if you need to eat it, I'm not even bashing dog eaters. Like, it's the food you grew up with. Like, I'm pretty sure there's plenty of... I know vegetarians don't like us eating meat. They hate that. They truly believe that we're doing something bad. And so it's like, well, I might consider a pet. You don't. Yada yada. But we can both agree that it should not suffer for our hunger.
I mean, I tried rabbits in culinary school.
Oh, yeah.
And other animals like duck.
That is another one too. Rabbit and duck. Rabbit is the biggest one
Cornish
for being kept as a pet and also still being regularly eaten. If you can make your peace with that, then you can make a peace sign and say, thanks for coming in, guys.